fraternity batwalayo musango ng'ate omulamuzi. Okay. Emmanuel Makumbi alimbale batugamba nti abali ku nsozi za Elgon balabuddwa. Good morning, very smart. Gena maso. Gena maso tubulire gena maso.
Kale neyanziza nnyo mukulu Senkubuge mwebale kuweereza ne mwannyinaze Jennifer. Embeera mu bitundu bino enkuba era yasuze etonnya naye nga embeera yo nnungi era nga abantu bakedde okwekolera emirimu gyabwe, abakedde mu nnimiro nabo bakedde okuba nti balima. Wano wendi omugenyi wange naku lwaleero yavudde Minister of Water and Environment era y'omu ku ba project managers mu ministry eno nga ekibaleese eno bitundu bya Elgon specifically Bulambuli ne Soronko kwe kulabika nti bataasa omugga Soronko abantu gwe babadde banyiikidde okuba nti bagulimako balima kumpi n'embalama zaagwo era nga bagwonoona. N'olwekyo project eno gavumenti yavaayo nebanga etandika okuba nti esengula abantu bano bave ku mbalama z'omugga guno Soronko. Era omukulu ono gwenina y'omu ku project managers abawandika project eno mu ngeri ki abantu bano abafamazi bano abalimi bano gye basobola okuba nga bava ku mbalama z'omugga guno Soronko era nga kusinziira ku project manager agenda tubuulira lwaki specifically basalawo okuba nti project eno bagireeta mu Soronko district ne Bulambuli yokka. Sir, welcome to the show. Your name, sir?
My name is Jim Pule, and I'm the project manager for this project at the Ministry of Water and Environment.
Okay. Yeah, so tell us why basically you chose Soronko and Bulambuli.
First and foremost, this project is called Reducing Climate Change Vulnerability of Local Communities in Uganda through ecosystem-based adaptation in wetland and forest. Yes. Now, the approach is ecosystem-based adaptation, and we are looking at the vulnerabilities of the local communities. And here, the main focus was River Sironko. And River Sironko in the Elgon area, River Sironko only traverses Sironko and Bulambuli district. This is where the River Sironko traverses. Would have loved to work in other places, but the main focus was River Sironko. And why was it River Sironko? When you look at River Sironko, two things or three things are happening. Number one, the amount of water along the River Sironko is dwindling over time. Number two, our farmers, because they need water, they are farming and getting closer and closer to the river. In the process, they expose the soils. So when there is heavy downpour, all the soil is washed into the river, so silting the river. And then thirdly, the forests along the river that provided buffer, protection for the river and the river banks are being cut down for firewood, for construction, for other purposes. So in the end, it's affecting also the rainfall pattern of
within those places
because the forests are no longer there along the river. Two, the river is exposed. Then this is having a very devastating consequence downstream in Bulambuli, where all the water gets flooded over a large surface of area.
Bulambuli is known for floodings.
Yes, and that is the reason, because there's all cutting off all these trees, and then there's the flooding. I mean, there is the siltation. So as a result, crops are destroyed, grazing areas are destroyed. And then, I mean, when you destroy crops and grazing area and animals, you have touched the very life of the farmer, because there is no food, there is no money, you have destroyed their livelihoods. So we are saying, can we restore? Can we build it back? This is the vulnerability we're talking about. They are vulnerable. They need to be protected.
So what measures are you bringing up for protecting the river?
As a project, we have 4 intervention areas that we are implementing. Number one, we are building capacity, because the farmers need to know the effect of their actions. When they are informed, then they can take wise decision. So there's that one component of capacity building for the farmers, then the local government. Then number two, we are restoring the degraded landscape. So we want to restore by planting bamboo and other tree species of interest, fruit trees, fodder trees, and even grass for the animals. along the buffer zone of the river, so that these buffer zones are protected, number one. Number two, they have the grass that is needed for the animals. Number three, they have the fodder trees for the animals, and then they have the bamboo to stabilize the river banks, so that in the future our rivers are stable and our people don't suffer from all these consequences.
Maybe as we wind up, what other alternatives are you going to give these farmers whom you're trying to push away from the river banks?
Well, we are not pushing them away in bad faith. The idea is they come to the river bank because they need water. So we are introducing alternative livelihoods where they shall access this water through pumping systems, still to produce the valuable vegetables, and more so over not depending on rain, because they'll have water across throughout. So it is now even better. So we introduce all this pumping mechanism where they pump the water, and then they produce the vegetables. And this is targeting only communities along
River Sorongo. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Maybe next time we shall have more time to explain on that. Yoyo mkulu wa Ministry of Water, Project Manager, kuba nti bagezaako kubanga bataasa omugga Soronko, naye abalimi bagambye bagenda kubanga babawaabe bakozesaako nga babagyeyo ku mugga guno basobole okubanga basigala nga bagenda mu maaso n'okulima. Mukulu Senkubuge, kankuddiza omuzindaalo.
Tweyanziza